to a more conservative council under Jim Conway and myself and some other people. And the things that came up, are we going to fix the drainage ditches or build a turnkey project in Mitchellville?
A low-cost housing project.
Yeah, I'm sorry?
Turnkey is a low-cost housing project.
Yeah, right. I'm sorry. Yes, it was. I'm thinking everybody knows, but
no, they don't.
No, it's a low-key housing project, and the money finally was spent on the drainage ditches, and thank God, because people's backyards were eroding to the point they had 30 or 40-foot cliffs in their backyard just from the erosion. So things started, you know, I mean, they weren't grave, huge issues, but they were community issues.
Yeah.
And then it was the arguments started, or the debate started on how, not only how we grow, but how fast we grow and where we grow. And the thing that I take with me more than anything is when I was mayor, is the quality of the people on my council. I mean, they were just incredibly. Dick Pageant, Fred Robinson, Walt Planet, God rest his soul, Mike DeMario, who was Clinton's 23rd printer of the United States.
Well, he was head of the GPO.
Yeah, he was named by the head printer, by Clinton. Jack Jenkins, Gene Kiley. It was funny because after my 9 years as councilman, when I ran for mayor, Gene Kiley, the guy I replaced me. So it was kind of a little thing I went around.
Did you ever, though, in all those years, figure out quite what Gene Kiley was saying all the time?
No, I used to go home and play it slowly, and it didn't make any difference. But Gene was a brilliant.
Oh, he's brilliant guy.
Senior engineers at the Johns Hopkins Applied Physics Lab, and Walt was a physicist at NOAA.
There was a time we had 3 physicists, I think.
Yeah, and Jack, he was head of part of the administrative division of the State Department.
State Department,
And I like to tell the story on Jack Jenkins if I can, an aside.
Okay, because he's a viewer.
Yeah. Oh, good. Well, Jack sat aside of me for many years, and Landslide Jenkins.
Landslide Jenkins.
Yeah, we used to call him. He used to win the election by 5 votes or something. But anyway, Jack would be in a serious discussion, and he would, as he does, he kind of perks up a little bit, you know, and he starts talking, and I would reach down and squeeze his knee, and he would go. And you look at the people in the audience going, well, what happened to Jack? But he never knew when I was going to do it, but he always had that funny reaction. So he was a very bright kid, listen at me, a very bright guy, and but all those guys were. So the level of discussion was that, you know, people used to say, Dick, how do you handle these guys? And I say, I just get out of their way.
Yeah.
You know, I say, okay, your turn, and you know, and think they take care of themselves because they were that bright, and they were, you know, that good. And then I heard over the years, as I followed, since I've been away, and you know, God, unbeknownst to me, till I thought about it today, it's been 15 years since I retired from the city.
Wow, yeah, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, and it is to me.
Yeah, it seemed to be that long.
And
and you're only 39.
Yeah, I'm only I'm 40 now.
I think you may have really been illegal when you were there. That's underage. We didn't know it. Now we know it. It's too late to do anything about it.
But the people that came afterwards, there seems to be a lot of personal, you know, vendettas and me. There was never me. The only time that any of that group I served with for all those years would say the word I came into it, anything they did, was when they put their brochure out to run for re-election.
Right.
You know, I initiated so and so. Well, that's fair.
It is fair.
Yeah, but you know, you didn't say, well, I am responsible for this and that now, because you know that wasn't the case. We all did it, and we did it for the right reasons.
Well, as you probably are well aware of, an awful lot of people, well, not an awful lot, but several people who have been on the council since you departed, they're just using it as a stepping stone to, and have used it as a stepping stone to higher office. Fortunately, the more blatant of them lost their quests.
That's true, and obviously Audrey always had that in mind, and I remember I promised you that I would never do that. I'd never use the office to run for another office.
No, you didn't.
But I will tell you a secret that I've never told anyone before.
Scoop.
That when Buzzy retired,
Buzzy Ryan, former state delegate.
former state delegate.
Late Buzzy.
That was my seat if I wanted it.
Oh.
I was given that choice at the dedication of the new football field at Bowie State College
Wow.
by somebody, a certain individual in the state who had the all wherewith to make it happen. And I inquired about certain local politicians, and he said it doesn't matter. If you want the job, it's yours.
Wow.
And I checked with my company, and they were not happy about it. So I passed and thanked him, and Hubbard, I guess, ended up getting the seat.
Hubbard
Yes.
got to see.
Yeah.
He did.
Well, our legislative delegation in the House of Delegates is not exactly awe-inspiring these days.
I didn't even know who they are.
Well, Hubbard's still there.
Yeah, someone
Okay.
asked me the
Oh,
other
yeah,
day.
yeah,
who they
Jim's
are.
still there. Okay.
Two other people who are pretty obscure, really.
And the guy is, what's his name, Senator?
Holmes.
Senator is Doug Peters.
Oh,
Doug
no,
Peters,
Senator
yeah.
Peters, yeah.
And Peters served on the council.
Yes,
yeah.
he did. He
Yeah.
was.
Doug's a very bright guy.
And county.
I'm not sure about
Well,
his
he did
politics. But
yeah, I
Did a
know
good
you
job.
wouldn't be, but he did an excellent job on the county council. He really did.
yeah.
Yeah,
And,
there's some-
and giving credit where credit's due, although we certainly disagreed more than we agreed. Audrey Scott was a fairly effective representative down there. What we have representing the city of Bowie right now is not, let's just say, not as dynamic as her predecessors.
Yeah, it's the old adage, be careful what you wish for, because
'Cause you
what
may
you
get it.
have, what you have all of a sudden looks pretty good down the road,
Yeah.
Well, that's one candidate that moved up from the city council that he paid his dues
Doug.
in each location, Doug Peters.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And it's obvious that for 8 years we had pretty good representation there that I think is a little different from my viewpoint and others too.
Well, I'll
that
give
we have
credit
now.
where credit's due, and I hope I don't see a thunderbolt come down from the sky on this one. Even Castaldi was effective, certainly more effective than the present occupant of that seat. He really was. He had his agenda, of course,
Yeah.
but he did give us a bit more than we would have expected.
Yeah, except when it came to the ball team.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, we got the baseball team here in spite of Castaldi,
Yeah.
and in spite of another state employee who told us that we shouldn't have anything to do with it, and we
He was a
did.
county employee.
Yeah, but Buzzy was our prime.
Oh, yeah, Buzzy was.
Buzzy was the
great
prime
state
guy who
delegate.
was
Yeah.
responsible for that.
Yeah, but remember those days. We had Buzzy, we had David Ross, we had Jerry Devlin. Those were the good old
Yeah,
days.
they were. Yeah, those guys were basically professionals.
Sure.
Yeah, what they did.
That's
know.
a
Yeah,
good.
That was their life. Yeah.
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 Yeah. It wasn't. They weren't like the rest of us who were out selling spam and or pushing spam or
That's
something. Then have to come in and make all these.
Few people realized that you were the spam king of Prince George's County.
That's right. And let me
And I
tell
don't
you,
mean email,
And spam still pays
coming back.
Pays my retirement. Let me tell you.
but it's coming back in popularity with this great recession that we're all in.
Do you know in,
Isn't that amazing?
in
Let me ask you
Hawaii?
why-
Excuse me. In Hawaii, spam is on the menu in McDonald's. Just wanted you to know that.
Oh, that's good.
Is it really?
Yes.
You gotta have
Spam burger.
Give spam credit, since both of us served in the military, and my 4 brothers. The spam was developed for military shipments.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
So what a history of a product, huh?
Yeah.
Safe
Yeah.
and all that stuff. And
Spam
great.
is about 50, about 65 years old now.
I'll be darned.
The new generation would have no idea what spam is other than junk email.
Well, there's about 8
Say.
kinds of spam now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even I don't. I go in and I look at the shelf and I don't even recognize and stuff.
I know every time I would visit my oldest brother right from the military, breakfast, I'm looking for bacon and sausage. He's frying spam for breakfast. I said, man, do you get tired of that 4 years in the morning? But
I never had
had
it
to make
in
that
the
point.
Marine Corps. Never served spam.
Oh, well, naturally, the Marine Corps didn't.
Yeah,
Air
we
Force-
had cream
Air
chip
Force,
beef, which was known as another.
SOS,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, SOS.
SOS.
You get back here frequently enough to get an impression of how things are going here?
Yeah, basically I do, and I'm surprised about the amount of like a new town hall and all these types of things.
City Hall. We are a
I'm sorry,
city.
I live in a town now, so I have
Yes.
trouble.